You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Okay, let's unpack some really fascinating ideas shaking up product design right now. We're going to explore a bit of the cutting edge tech, but also, those timeless principles that kind of shape how you interact with everything around you. So here's where it gets really interesting. Picture this. You take a static image, maybe add some audio, and boom, an AI turns it into a full-blown cinematic video. We're talking super nuanced facial expressions, realistic body movements, even professional-looking camera work. That's this new model, WAN S2V, static to video. It's pretty wild. It feels like it could totally change content creation, right? And maybe even design workflows. What are your first thoughts on the impact for designers?
Yeah, it's definitely mind-bending stuff. And what's fascinating here, I think, is how it pushes us beyond just thinking about the user experience, the UX we all know.
Yeah.
We're starting to talk about agent experience or AX design.
Right.
Because now you've got AI agents, bots navigating websites right alongside
An
people.
agent experience, AX.
Okay.
So machines as users, essentially.
Exactly. And the really cool takeaway is this.
Yeah.
When you design for how an AI reads
Yeah.
and understands your site,
Yeah.
making it machine readable, you actually end up making it better for humans too, especially for accessibility.
Interesting connection. How so?
Well, both rely on clear structure, semantic HTML, proper tags, ARIA attributes for screen readers, good alt text for images. AI needs that clarity just like assistive technologies do. There's even this thing called LMS.txt, kind of like robots.txt, but it guides how language models interact with your content. So designing for AX basically forces good accessibility practices. It makes the digital world more legible for everyone and everything.
That synergy is, that's a brilliant point between the absolute cutting edge and fundamental good practice. And speaking of fundamentals, let's pivot slightly. Let's talk about what makes design truly great, this idea of detail obsession.
Yes, the little things that make a big difference.
Right. It's not usually the big flashy features, is it? It's often about finding that one subtle, maybe even hidden organizing detail, that one thing that if you nail it, just guides your attention perfectly and makes a whole complex system feel simple. Easy. It demands real craft, especially from senior designers, to stay connected to that level. What does that mean for you listening?
Well, if we connect that sort of micro-level focus, that detail obsession, to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
it leads us straight into user ecosystem thinking.
Okay. User ecosystem. Expand on that a bit.
It's moving beyond seeing the user as just one person interacting with a thing in isolation. It's more like, anthropology almost. Think about designing a surgical tool. You're not just designing for the surgeon. There's the nurse, the anesthesiologist, the tech, maybe even the patient indirectly, the hospital's IT system that tracks it.
The whole network.
Exactly. The whole ecosystem. Or a smart doorbell. You've got the homeowner, visitors, delivery people, maybe even neighbors, plus the cloud service, the app. It's interconnected. And now, with AI, things get even more complex. We're talking about autonomic users, like your smart thermostat adjusting itself, and active artifacts, things with built-in intelligence that adapt. We're designing for dynamic relationships now.
Wow. Okay. So designing for ecosystems, for agents, for active artifacts. It sounds complex, but it seems the market is catching on fast. I mean, look at Lovable. Swedish platform calls itself a vibe coding platform, whatever that means exactly. But it hit a $4 billion valuation in just, 9 months? That's staggering.
It really is. And it signals something huge, I think. It shows that the market is placing enormous value on getting that user experience, or maybe we should say ecosystem experience. Absolutely right. Lovable's crazy growth tells us that investing in that deep understanding, that elegance, that vibe, it's not just a need to have. It's a direct path to hyper growth. It's what people crave.
Spot on. It's about creating something that feels intuitive, maybe even delightful. And speaking of delightful, just quickly some cool inspirational things out there, like Adobe's Project Primrose, that digital dress that changes patterns.
Oh, yeah. Saw that. Pretty wild.
And on the nostalgia side, that fan design Lego set of the old Apple iMac G3, celebrating that iconic Bondi blue design, just shows how design, whether high-tech or retro, can just spark joy, right?
Definitely. And, this raises an important question as we sort of wrap up here. How do all these pieces fit together? We've talked about cutting-edge AI, like WAN S2V, foundational stuff like detail obsession, this broader user ecosystem view, and market impact. What it shows, I think, is that design today is this amazing mix. It's about pushing technological limits and honoring timeless principles. It's about creating experiences that work not just for individuals, but for complex, evolving networks of people and technology. It really challenges us to think about how technology and human interaction are weaving together in, well, sometimes unexpected ways.
Yeah, absolutely. It redefines what a user even is sometimes. Are you the user or is the AI agent the user? Or both? It's definitely something to keep an eye on. These shifts are happening right now, shaping how you interact with tech every single day. Thanks for joining us for this exploration today. Hopefully, it sparked some thoughts for your own journey.
Spoken Tech for your ears.